our second episode of Freedom Quest. And I'm here with my dear friend Kumar, excuse me.
Kumar. Hey.
And at his house, he's been treating me so wonderfully. And I had a chest cold. And why do I talk about that with Freedom Quest? Because I am getting free and my body is like going through a challenge to go through this process of letting go. There's so much I'm letting go of. I let go of the I am you, been you, which Kumar used to enjoy. We did a lot of dancing there, had a lot of fun, and that venue was so beautiful. And I'm going to be giving away all these things and thousands of dollars worth of merchandise, things I built for that venue on my birthday coming up on Tuesday. So I'm going through this big letting go, and it's feeling so right to get free. And I'm going to be on the beach in Mexico very soon. And and I feel like this is maybe a theme for a lot of people today, because as we move from 3D to 5D, one of the main themes I'm seeing is our attachment to structure, having to let that go, and for me that means being on Zoom with people, and I still work with my people, but I don't have to have a venue. I don't have to put money into a location, and I can travel. I can be in third world countries. I can have the life I've always wanted, really. And so many people are stuck to the jobs that they really don't love, and trying to keep up with all the payments. And I support you, whatever your next level of freedom is, that you take that voyage, make that jump, because it's alive. It feels so good. And you'll find out that you're so much more taken care of by the universe than you may have thought. That's what's already happening for me. Anyway, enough about me. And so I'd like to turn it over to my dear friend Kumar. And first I want to say, Kumar is just a wonderful man. And he grew up in India, in southern part of India. And he had his guru, a real guru, a true guru. And for 7 years. And he was with his guru until his guru's passing. And so Kumar has this deep connection with freedom, really. And so I'm looking forward to you learning more about the nature of freedom as seen through the eyes of Kumar. All right, Kumar, tell me about you. You said you're from India?
Yeah. So I'm from India. Like I grew up in India, in South India, which is from like near to Sri Lanka. Is it like Tamil Nadu, state of Tamil Nadu?
Yeah.
So where we are, like basically the spirituality is very deep rooted in South India in a different way. In North India, it's Himalayas. There's the gurus and masters. There's so many masters come from Himalayas. That's what the Western people, the modern American societies knows. There's so many gurus from like Neem Karoli Baba and Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. There's so many gurus from North India, from Himalayas. And but South India, there's Siddhas, the 32 Siddhas in South India.
Siddhas. And what's a Siddha?
Siddha is basically like they have all lived in first century to like almost 10th century. They have taken a Jiva Samadhi actually. After they live for 200 years, 300 years, they are alive. When they're alive, they went to the grave, and they closed their they basically paralyzed their breathing, and they have gone really out of the body actually. So that they died actually. It's a voluntary death actually.
Well, what I heard about Jiva Samadhi, and you can tell me if I'm correct about this or not, is that they're still seated there.
Yeah.
And the flesh is still there.
Yes.
And for hundreds of years.
Yes.
And so they don't decay because part of the soul is still in the body.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yeah. So basically, like if you go to the Samadhi place where Siddhas have gone through the Jiva Samadhi, if you dig that place, and definitely that flesh is gone over the period of time, 1,000 years, but it stays for longer time, for at least 100 200 years, that flesh and everything body stays. And people who died natural death, if you see them after one day, 24 hours, you cannot keep them actually.
Yeah,
But
it's
these people are, they are more kriya, the kriya yoga, which is there. They were actually in South India, it is called Vashi yoga. The Vashi yoga is internal breathing. The Kriya Yoga is basically Kundalini is out, means breathing out, breathing in actually. So you are exhaling and inhaling the external breath. So the more internal breath they do, they stop the breathing from the nose and all, from the body, and they do
so
the
there's a
internal.
different kind of breathing. It's
Different
an
kind of
inner,
breathing,
we
yeah.
can see it. This is very fascinating.
Yeah, it's a different
So-
kind of breathing. It's a Kriya Yoga. They call it, it's also named as a Kriya Yoga. But they do between chakras from Muladhara, from base chakra, the root chakra to the crown chakra. And then it goes back to the crown chakra, the root chakra, and to the crown chakra. So they are more practiced in a way. They can control their breathing, that internal breathing in any chakras. They stop it on any chakra and they prolong that in that place. And they are mostly inward. They close their eyes, they shut down every senses completely, all the senses shut down, and they do meditation for not years, means like 12 years, 13 years, 14 years. They do continuously in the jungle, in the forest, and they go out and meditate, and they connect with a lot of spirit. And then they are basically, they send their life to any other body. They can actually, there is a one siddha, it's called Tirumular. It's called Thiru Muller Siddhar. He is basically like went to, means he gave his life to another, like cow. The cow is dead, so he transferred his life to the cow. The cow got life actually.
Yeah.
Then he went to as a cow. He went to the other his disciples' home, and the disciple could not figure out. Okay, he's my guru. Is coming to my home. So like a lot of play drama. The play they have done it actually. So
Right.
it's easy to like take their life energy and then put it in some other like life, and then they can come back to the body again. Sometimes Thirumolar, what he did is he kept the body inside one of the tree actually, so he remembered where his body is there. So the cow has to come back to that tree and then take the birth. That is actually, it's a real story kind of thing.
This is beautiful. So, first of all, before we get too advanced, to far out in these amazing stories, because I know there's tons of them.
Exactly.
I want to get back to, our people here. We have people here that want to feel more free in their life.
Yeah.
Right.
Liberation.
They want to feel more liberated. So what is your idea about freedom? What is freedom to you?
Yeah.
As it comes through you.
So actually the freedom, the liberation is basically, see, you have to definitely do the inner work. You said that you have to go through the process to become liberate yourself, the sufferings. So as I talked to you in the afternoon, so basically like you said, like we have come to this earth on this birth, go through our past karma, that build up karma from the several past life. So that karma, because there's a different way people can talk. For example, they say like universe is giving you the lessons through a human being, through a situation, through the different setup. They're giving means universe is giving you lesson. Basically universe is giving you lesson, or you are going to go through the karma from your past life. You have to face the lessons. Either universe is giving you, or you are basically internally facing the challenges and sufferings, everything. So you have to solve one by one, through, and then get liberated. Okay, get the more freedom out of.
So how do you do that? Like, how do you face these karmic situations and get free? What's the key to getting free?
Yeah, so there's a what we discussed in the afternoon with you. I talked to you that you said that sometimes you have to fall into the situation. There is no other way, but we have to fall into the situation, and then we have to go through that situation, and then get out of the lessons, learn the lessons from that situation, and then come out of it. So I told you like what I am doing is little bit. My guru taught me is like I am being like going through when when you are alone. You get this kind of frustration, insecurity, jealous, and all the feelings come up within you. And then you try to work on it, each one of them.
Like you had a challenge a couple of years, 3 years ago.
Yes, yeah.
Can you tell us about that? And
So
how you're getting free around that?
Okay, so basically, like when I got challenges in my business, financial losses, I have lost so much of money. Whatever I have like worked on it, saved on it, on and invested in the business. I lost it in 2020. Okay, when I lost the money, then I was so much attached. Means that time, that point of time, I was attached into that money. I was a little bit shaken, and I was little bit literally was going through very tough situation mentally. So then I realized my guru, because I have learned lessons from him. It's not preaching to others, so it has come to me now. It has come to me that I have to face the situation. So what happens is, there's any karmic kind of sufferings will expose your body, expose your physical health, the mental health, the physical, the body. Mentally, you will go through
It'll affect
sickness.
you.
It
Yeah.
affect you in your body, in your cell. It goes to affect your glands, your heart, all these
Everything.
emotions, everything it affects. So that I remember my guru was telling that, okay, so I want to completely take care of myself, self love. I want to focus on my body and self care and self love, and for that I am willing to sacrifice anything, even the money. If I lost it, if I don't get it, if I am going back to this, back to the square one, I'm ready. But I don't want to lose my body and lose my mind. So I was determined. So how to do that? Then I was meditating a lot, and I was processing one by one. So like how the attachment, basically an attachment. So it's a very hard part, but I try to try to work on the attachment with the money, relationship with financial aspect, and then attachment with the relationship, because everything collapses: my relationship, my money, financial aspects, and going forward, what I'm going to do. Okay, I have to either work on the same business, recover myself, or like I have to completely abandon working myself and do something else differently. So these things I have to process through myself. But that's what I said about karma. So then I understood more karma, that what I have done, I want to understand more past life, my karma actually. So then I went to the ayahuasca and different psychedelic journey. I
Okay.
could understand myself, what is actually what is happening for me, particularly for the situation. Then I meditated long hours meditation, like 8 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. So I was able to liberate myself, detach myself from everything, because I understood that attachment is the, basically, like it's not a real suffering, because it's suffering for me. There is another person is going through different suffering actually. He maybe lost 1 million, another person lost 10 million, one more guy lost maybe $10,000. It's a big loss for him. So
It's
then
all
the
the same.
all the same, the perspective shift actually. So first of all, I just completely understood the perspective shift, and then I had to do my perspective shift, and I had to connect with the source. Particularly when I meditate myself so much, and I'm able to connect with my source, and more grounding, because I learned from my guru, like how to ground yourself into Muladhara chakra, meditation on your base chakra. So when I meditated long hours with my Muladhara chakra, I was able to ground myself. I was able to means have a complete control of my entire, like the thought process, my thinking process. Whether my thoughts affects me, every moment I started being alert, being aware. So
Yes.
awareness. So that's when I just
Saint,
started, like
my,
control.
my teacher, Saint Germain, says in one of his in the green books, he says the key to happiness is controlling your thoughts.
Yeah,
And or we could say the key to freedom is
yeah,
also being able to
yeah,
control your
yeah,
thoughts.
yeah.
So you're saying that out of that loss, you really buckled down in your spiritual practice,
Exactly. Yeah.
your meditation, and you
Yes.
started really noticing where your mind's going
Exactly.
and redirecting.
Redirecting to the source,
Yeah.
connecting with the universal consciousness. So redirecting to the source and connecting to the universal consciousness. Basically, the other thing I told you, suffering is starts from accumulating more karma. Okay, either you have come here to solve all your karma, work on your karma from the past life. But also, if you are, for example, I was thinking about that time. Okay, if I am able to not able to handle the situation that time, then I am going to accumulate more karma, more sufferings, because the sufferings is going to add up. It's not going to reduce the suffering. If I am going to more struggle and conflict or battle with the situation, then I am going to accumulate more karma.
Can you explain a little bit more between the self that's accumulating karma, the self that's accumulating karma, and the self that's resolving the karma. Like the difference between these two personalities, or
Yeah, yeah. So it's like in India, in Hinduism and philosophy in Vedic text, there's three types of karma. The prarabdha karma, I forgot another two karma. There is a prarabdha karma, sanjeev
what are the meaning
karma.
of them?
So there is a three types of karma, and there is a one karma is coming from the past life. The other karma is coming from your birth. After you born here on the earth, your experience. Basically, every day you are facing a situation. Your senses are working. When your senses are working, when your thinking is working, your brain is working, you are talking to someone, you are getting interaction with another human being, the karma starts building up. For example, with your relationship with your father, when you born, relationship with your mother, parents, relationship with your siblings.
I guess what I'm talking about is there's karma, which is all the time,
Yeah.
because everything you put out comes back to you,
Comes
right?
back to you. Yeah, it is a kind of
So,
imprints.
but
Karma is
I'm talking about the negative karma then.
yeah, negative. Yeah.
So, what causes negative karma and what causes positive karma?
Okay, so there is a one kind of myth is there that karma means bad actually. There's a good karma and the bad karma. Okay, the good karma is services to the people, unconditional love, and then compassion is the good karma. So the bad karma is like you are getting experience or reaction or compulsive reaction.
Yeah,
So
you're
you're getting
reacting.
reacting to that reaction, compulsive
Being
reaction,
compulsive,
compulsive,
yeah.
and
Yes.
that is built up on your karma. That's also a karma.
You're
The-
adding
your karma.
your
This
negative karma.
experience out of that reaction. This is
Yes.
karma.
Yeah.
So it's all reaction between all the people you meet from childhood. That's how karma is building up. So to solve the karma, what's your question? I'm coming back to the question. To solve the karma is you are completely learn the lessons. You are basically every time you are learning the lesson, and you are basically solving the karma, means you are learning the lessons from the universe and situation. And every situation you are upset, you are frustrated, you are anxious, you are like jealous, and you are not able to handle the situation, you are very angry, upset. So these all the karmas are solving one by one. It should not repeat that again. The same situation will not come again. The universe will not teach you the several time. One time, if you solve
If you
that
learn the lesson.
one lesson, if you solve it. For example, relationship lesson. If you learn a relationship lesson one time, and then you solve that karma by working on yourself, and then you are letting it go. That's why don't identify yourself, detaching yourself. That way, you're solving the karma. The same problem, relationship problem, will not come next time. The universe will not show to you the same karma.
Yeah.
Because the universe will decide, okay, this guy is already learnt enough lessons, and then he's not going to get the same.
So, what is the lesson? Like, what's the real lesson of
the
life
real lessons are
that
like
frees us?
yeah, the real lessons are like out of that any relationship or any karmic lessons, you are learning, connecting with the source, and finding the perspective shift. Completely, you are changing yourself, because you are acting in such a way for every relationship, your reaction, everything for the past several time, you are repeating the same. Your actions are same. Your actions will be different this time. Next time when I see a relationship, when I get into a relationship, my actions would be different, because I won't be much frustrated or excited, or like kind of thing. So, and I would be very smooth, and I know it's not going to create more turbulence in a relationship. That means that you are acting differently. Your perspective shift, actually. You're shifting your perspective totally.
Yeah.
Related to the situation, actually. So then how you can do that? Only if you connect to the source within you, and then universe to the universe, within yourself, and then to the universe, connecting with the source.
I noticed that you're doing this work, Kumar. I mean, you have a sparkle in your eye.
Thank you.
And it's really amazing
Yeah.
to be with you, and you're so giving to your friends. You let people stay here sometimes.
Yes.
And you just gave me the most wonderful tea, and thank you for being so hospitable to me,
Yeah,
and
thank you.
to be so humble and loving.
Yeah.
And so that's what I believe is that it's to be in the loving. The true self is loving.
Yes.
But that's tricky too, because it's easy to go into loving everybody else and not doing the inner work.
Yes, exactly.
And that's been a lesson to me lately,
Exactly.
is to really love the self, love the I am. that we can only love others
Yes.
as much as we're loving
Yes.
the true self, not the ego, but the
Yeah,
true,
true self.
the true self.
Yes.
And so I really acknowledge you, Kumar, and your ability to take better and better care of yourself, to learn the lessons of being in the loving
Yes.
with yourself and others
Yeah.
instead of in reaction.
Correct. Yes, exactly. That's why I want to add here. So basically, like when you start loving yourself, right? When you start loving yourself, you started loving others, because whatever the same consciousness within you, it exists in everyone. So when you love about yourself, and if you start loving yourself very very deep, and you start loving others automatically, that is because when you are not angry with yourself, you are not guilty about yourself, then you're not feel angry with other people. So that's what I've learned lessons. And I have learned the thing is, the lessons, when you learn, the universe will not repeat that. For my situation in my business, whatever happened that time, I was so letting it go everything, and I was trying to rebuild the business from 2020 21 again, so I'm surprised to see that the same lessons what I faced 5 years ago, it is not coming back now, repeating. I literally practically tested it. Every situation I faced before.
Would you say your spiritual practice is the main
Yeah.
cause of that?
Yeah, the spiritual practice is the main cause of it. That situation, that emotions, that angry, the frustration, it was not coming. And I thought, like, I don't know whether I can survive or not, but I'm going to work on it. I'm going to see, because what I thought that time was, okay, I'm going to solve those problems. Because when I'm connected with the meditating, and the spirit come and is to tell me, like, generally I connect with Shiva energy. So he used to tell me that first solve all these problems what you have. Scale within yourself, not scaling the business, scale yourself. So when I started scaling myself, then automatically the business got revived by itself, and it is coming back this opportunities, and there's a lot of opportunities opened. There's a different opportunities opened, and then I took other opportunities in the same business model. I changed reorganization, and then it is coming back actually. But the situation, every time I faced my old pattern, actually those pattern was the problem for my financial loss. It's not a business, it's not a problem, it's my problem.
Yeah.
So I found that it's within me the problem. Then I solved those issues. Then I was able to rebuild everything, and then I'm able to. I'm in a recovery mode. I feel I'm more confident now, because once you taste that success, taste the success when you work on the situation, each situation, it will come from you, within you. So that situation, that angle of that's the particular thought process, the basically thinking process, thought process. So be in control of your thought process. Every thought coming out, and every thought you are storing actually. So it's being complete awareness of your thinking process.
Thank you.
Then I feel that you are solving the karma.
Thank you, Kumar. One more thing. I tell me, to help people get started with spiritual practice, what's a good starting place? What's something that you can recommend, a way people can meditate, or whatever you think is a good starting place for people that want to begin really feeling more free?
Okay. So it's a good question, Joe, actually. So people are just starting now. When anybody wants to start, don't go into too much into Kundalini yoga, or chakra meditation, so many things. You can simply breathing exercise, pranayama, do pranayama daily, and be 10 minutes or 30 minutes or 15 minutes being aware about yourself actually. You think about your body, your mind, and close your eyes or open your eyes, being aware that what is emerging in 30 minutes within you, basically. Whatever emerging within you as a thought from 30 minutes, that same thought, same process is going to repeat for you the entire day. And it's going to enter, maybe it come back again next day. So be watchful of those thoughts, being aware about those thoughts. Anything coming within you. This 30 minutes be aware.
So it's not about escaping. It's about being really present with what's happening, with your mind and your feelings.
Yeah. And being aware means
And I heard you say, knowing that whatever you're dwelling on is going to stay with you.
Yeah.
For a day or 2, 3 days, whatever.
Yes.
So then that's a good motivation to
decide
on what you want to think about.
Exactly. Yeah.
And feel.
Yes. Yeah. So that's what I feel like being, because people are like, awareness. What is the awareness? They said, well, because the thing is, too many content is there in the online everywhere. So there is a meditation this, there is a type of meditation, this type of meditation.
It's
There's
easy to get
so
lost
many
in so
get
many
lost in that
things.
actually. But everyone talks about awareness, being aware of your thought is very important actually. Because people are telling I'm meditating, but do you know in the 30 minutes how many thoughts come up on surface level, and then how many thoughts you are aware about that? Did you take a notes of those thoughts, what is coming, what's the feeling, emotions? So you take a notes of it. That's what in ayahuasca and every other like a psychedelic or any other journey says that they are integration. The integrating is nothing but being aware that whatever you learned and you have to integrate. First thing is being aware of every process you are going through, and then start changing that, shifting the perspective, and then integrate that, and then rewire your brain. That as he said, right? The rewiring happens first, being aware and understand, and then integrate, and then practice, shift your perspective and change your personality, and then you see the different things will happen to you. It means basically different, the action, a different result will happen, different result and different action will happen to you. Yeah. That's why
Thank
it's
you, Kumar. Thank you so much, Kumar. It's been such a joy to have you.
yeah, so I'm so thankful. Actually, it's very, very, joy for me to talk to you. You are such an enlightened being. Not only you, there's so many people in Shasta. So maybe Shasta also helped me to reconnect my spirituality, because when I moved out of Bay Area to here, so it really helps me. And your presence being very good energy in my home today. I'm so grateful, and divine brought me to you today to connect with you actually. So that's
Thank you, thank you.
thank you so much. Thank you.
Adios, amigos.
Adios. Thank you.